Well, here we are, and it's 2019. Happy New Year, by the way. New year, new life, and everybody wants to do what? Start eating right. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So let's start on the right foot, because if there's one thing diets and dietary advice tend to get wrong, is they all focus on the negative. No sugar, no fat, low carb, low sodium, no red meat, no candy, don't touch that, avoid this. The problem with this approach is it completely ignores how our psychology works. First of all, the more something is forbidden, the more we want it. And second, these type of negation diets get you focused exactly on the thing you're supposed to avoid. If I say to my dog, hey buddy, let's go for a walk, I get a certain reaction. Tail wagging, run to the door, tongue hanging out. But if I say, hey buddy, let's not go for a walk, I get the exact same reaction, because the focus is on the sound walk, which is a trigger of a pleasurable experience. We like to think we're a lot more sophisticated than a dog, but the truth is, a lot of our subconscious psychology is way older than our own species. The research I'm currently doing in neurobiology is exactly about this. When we feel happy, angry, sad, the part of our brain that creates these feelings is not the famous and modern cerebral cortex. It's areas like the brainstem, which are much older and much more similar to other mammals. So if you're trying to solve a complicated equation or write poetry or something, then yeah, there's going to be a big difference between your brain and your dog's. But when it comes to something primal like food, we're a lot more similar than we like to believe. And this is why focusing on the sugar, the fat, or the salty foods, even if the idea is to avoid them, is a mistake. Because we're occupying our minds all the time with the exact things we're supposed to stay away from. No wonder these diets usually fail. Now, of course, if we want to clean up our diet, we got to get rid of some less healthy items. But maybe our primary focus can be on what we need to add instead of what we need to avoid. In other words, don't remove, replace. This type of positive approach also makes our jobs way easier, because the healthiest foods are pretty much agreed on by all the leading experts and all the scientific data. So I broke them down in 5 groups just to make it easier. So here are the 5 staples of a healthy diet. Number 1, legumes. Now I talk about them in several videos. They include lentils, split peas, chickpeas, all types of beans including soybeans and peanuts. Legumes are a phenomenal source of protein, iron, and fiber. They have no cholesterol and almost no saturated fat. According to this recent study looking at Mediterranean diets, people who replaced just half a daily serving of eggs, bread, rice, or potatoes with legumes had their risk of diabetes cut in half. Quick side note, some people are worried about the lectins in their legumes. Don't be. There's no scientific substance behind that fear. Soak your beans, cook them, don't eat them raw, duh, right? And that's it, you're golden. Number 2, whole grains. That's basically your cereals. And I don't mean these cereals, I mean the real deal. Brown rice, wild rice, oats, corn, quinoa. Tons of research studies have linked whole grains to lower risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. More grain, less pain. A great way to get your grains in is a nice big bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. Number 3, fruits and vegetables. A study published in the journal Lancet found that worldwide, the number 1 nutritional risk factor for death and disease was a diet low in fruit. More than sugary drinks, processed meat, even excess salt. Not enough fruit eclipsed them all. Fruits and veggies contain natural carbohydrates like glucose and fructose, and eating more of those can lower our risk of developing diabetes by almost 40%. Now, I know this confuses a lot of people, because diabetes is high blood sugar, and yet eating glucose protects against it. Shouldn't it be the other way around? The question makes sense, but the science is very consistent. Eating carbohydrate in its natural form, the way we evolved to eat them, optimizes our health and makes diabetes less likely. Now, of course, processed carbohydrates in artificial products are unhealthy. So the problem is not the carbs, it's the artificial food. I made this whole video about it before. By the way, if you're wondering which fruits were the most protective, it's blueberries and grapes were number 2. Also really interesting, fruit juice had the opposite effect. So ideally you want to eat the fruit the way nature prepared it for us. Number 4 is leafy greens. Now, of course, these are vegetables, but their effects are so amazing, I wanted to put them in a separate category just to remind us to eat them on a regular basis. Kale, spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, collard greens, chard, great for protein, calcium, and antioxidants. Their list of potential health benefits includes heart health, anti-cancer activity, and improved brain function. Now, some people don't like the taste of greens, it's very common. That's all right, you don't need to eat them plain. You can mix them with fruit, spices, cocaine. No, but seriously, get creative. Eat them roasted, sauteed, in soups. I've even heard of air frying them. Whatever gets you eating them. Number 5, last but not least, nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, pistachios, pecans, cashews, flax, chia, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. These are your best source of healthy fats. Eating nuts on a daily basis improves your cholesterol and your triglycerides and also helps diabetics control their glucose. So there you go. Getting these 5 foods in your diet is probably the best dietary move you'll ever make. Make sure to crowd your diet with these staples and the rest will just start falling into place. Remember, don't just remove, replace. That's all for today. I'll see you on the next one.